Hey everyone, it's Monica here, Rooted with Joy. Have you ever had something happening in your life where at the time you're like, how am I going to explain this to people in the future? Um, I have remembered feeling that way. Um, and it's a pretty surreal moment, isn't it? It's like, wow. You know, what got me to thinking about that actually, on my channel, I had been doing the grateful challenge, like naming 5 things that you're grateful for. And that was a really great exercise. And I feel like I'm grateful for tons of things in my life. So it's hard to honestly kind of pin it down to 5 things. But um, I felt like convicted. And wanted to take some time to really kind of reflect and think about what was coming up inside. And it got me thinking, okay, yeah, there's something that I've been like extremely thankful for. I don't think that I've really verbalized it to to people as much as what I would like to. And maybe I'll have a chance to do that right now. And so 2023, I'm thankful for that year. It was a very good year in a lot of ways for me. But it was also the beginning of something that happened in my family that I've been dealing with since then. So 2023, I feel like it's the year that I fell in love with my husband Matt. We started dating December 13th of 22. So most of our dating life happened in 23. And so great period of time. I um was 44 at the time, and I had felt like that I'd been single for a really long time, and even though deep down inside I really felt like I was gonna find my love and that I would end up married. But when you're 44, you're kind of like, okay, yeah, I still have hope, I still feel young, but gosh darn it, when's it gonna happen? And so I'm feeling that way until it does happen, and I was excited. One thing that was not happening during the time, though, is that my immediate family didn't seem really excited at all, which was so confusing at the time and and hurtful. It was hurtful. I mean, I'll just put that out there. And so, anyway, some complicated things happened, and so Matt and I, we actually got engaged in June, and it was, well, I'm telling you right now, like my first marriage. And so I kind of did. I wanted like the walking down the aisle thing. And I actually wanted my wedding, to be kind of hopefully like a restorative moment for my family. Because the original plan was for my dad to walk me down the aisle, because that he hadn't been able to do that. He had 3 daughters, and that hadn't happened yet. And just a time to, because my other 2 sisters, well, one of them had been married before, but the other one hadn't. And so I just wanted it to be a restorative time for my family, right? And so I got engaged the end of June, and like really soon after, my dad ended up in the hospital, and it was really serious. And so basically, my my dad did end up passing away. He passed away in July 11th, actually. And so it actually, the events surrounding his death um, resulted in my mom and my sisters basically cutting off contact with me. This video is not about why that happened per se, but the thankful part that happened, even though the original plan was to have my family at my wedding, I still decided to have my wedding at the venue that we originally picked. And because I had been single for like a long time, and I wanted to give hope to other people who that are my friends, and like that it can happen, and it raises the hope level. So with the events that happened, like my dad passed away in July. We had already set the wedding date for October 22nd. And with the wedding happening, um, the outpouring of support that I got from family and friends was like so unbelievable to me at the time. And I felt like I felt it more than maybe what I would have originally. I mean, I would definitely have been grateful, if my mom and sisters had been still involved in my life, and if my dad hadn't passed away, so to speak. But um, just having like that hurt, because the beginning of 2026, well, 23. Why am I saying 26? It's gonna be 26 next year, but the beginning of 23, I still had my dad, my mom, and my two sisters. I felt like that me and Matt had a strong beginning, and I had hope that we were going to work out at that time or whichever. And so to go from having my whole family and finding my love to the end of the year, not having the family I grew up with, and then all of a sudden getting a whole new family because I got four bonus kids. With marrying Matt, that it was a lot. It was a lot to take in, because even though I had like this new terrific family, I all of a sudden didn't have my old family. And sorry, I'm tearing up as I'm thinking about it, but um looking back on that year, yeah. So I want to be able, so because some people had asked me, how'd you even get through it? And I can just say, with the grace of God, and so I want you to, if this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, I'm not afraid to be vulnerable on here, okay? Because uh, with something happening like this, and I feel like I've had enough reflection time with God. Um, I want to be able to just be in community with other people that can resonate with this. And so I encourage you to, if this resonates in any way, just to hit subscribe. But I felt like I needed to say this if I'm going to have, a gratitude challenge. You know what I mean? Because there was just so many things that happened that I was so grateful for. Um, yeah, it's 2 years later, and the family I have is still really great. And but my mom and my sisters are still choosing not to reach out, and that's their choice. And honestly, it's their loss, and I do wish the best for them. And so, yeah, like when my dad passed away, I was able to have a service for him, even though my mom and my sisters decided not to have a funeral for my dad. I still wanted my dad to have that honor and recognition of his life lived. And and my father-in-law and mother-in-law, who were going to be my future on that, they came, and they came from all the way from Oklahoma. We celebrated my mother-in-law's birthday this year. She turned 80. That's not, I mean, Oklahoma is 12 hours away. It's a 12-hour drive, and they made the trip, and I was really grateful. And just the outpouring of people, that's more than five things. I know I'm not necessarily mentioning five things, but the wedding day was just like so incredibly awesome. I couldn't have asked for a more magnificent, beautiful day. my husband and kids are beyond awesome. And so, anyway, I just wanted to share that because if I'm doing a grateful challenge, definitely grateful for all that. So you take care.